Hat. Am I in focus? Let's hope I'm in focus. Would I look better out of focus? Maybe. Shit. See, we're taught from an early age to be nice, to get along with people. We're taught to always get along with people and to not cause problems, not, cause disturbances, right? Any kind of problem you have with somebody, you're taught to work it out, right? But the problem with that attitude is that you can't ever be friends with everybody, okay? There are some people who are always going to hate your guts. It's as simple as that. And it's a lesson you should internalize. It's not you, it's them, okay? Now, for some reason, I'm the kind of person, the kind of personality that makes a lot of people despise him, I have no idea why. And I tried to figure it out when I was younger, but, once I hit like 30, 35, I was like, fuck it. There's always going to be a sector, like maybe 30% of the people I meet who just really hate my guts for some reason. Probably it's because I'm smug and a little too clever, and that irks some people. It can't be helped. And that's the point, see? There are always going to be people who dislike you. And it cannot be helped. It has nothing to do with you. It's about them. They don't like you for whatever reason, okay? I mean, this is, of course, assuming that you haven't done anything to them, of course. I mean, if you go and burn somebody's house down, of course they're going to hate your guts, but they're going to have a good reason. I'm talking about, just in some casual situation where, co-workers or whatever, there are always going to be people who do not like you. You cannot make friends with everyone, okay? Now, a lot of times, guys, in their fear, and also because they've been socialized into being nice and getting along with everybody, right? They try to make friends even with the people who will forever hate them. And it's kind of ridiculous, right? They go out of their way to be friends with people who despise them. And they make fools of themselves. Not only do they make fools of themselves, but they surrender their self-respect in order to win the approval of somebody who will forever hate their guts. I did this. Sure I did. When I was younger, there were lots of people whom I knew disliked me intensely. And it was so weird. It was like a moth to a flame kind of situation. I would try to make friends with precisely those people who hated me the most. Because I was taught from a young age, like everybody, that you have to get along with everybody. You have to get along with everybody, and you have to make nice with everybody and be friends with everybody. But see, the reality is that that's just not possible, okay? The reality is that no matter what you do, there will be people who dislike you, despise you, hate your guts. I mean, really, some people are just going to be virulent in their antagonism towards you. But the issue, to reiterate, it's not you, it's them. So what do? You ignore it. You ignore it. Like for instance, on my channel, right? On the YouTube channel, I get consistently, maybe between 2% and 10% of negative comments, okay? I mean, that's insofar as the thumbs down, the thumbs up, thumbs down thing. Yeah, it's between 2 and 10%. But of the comments, of the negative comments, I get maybe 10%, 15% actually. Now that I think about it, about 15% of my comments are negative, and they're shitting all over me. And some of them are pretty nasty, some of them go out of their way. And of course, it took me a while to realize the obvious is that, see, the people who dislike me the most and the most intensely, they're the ones who are going to comment and who are going to shit all over my comment section in my videos. Yeah, of course, because people who are, enjoy my content but are sort of like semi-indifferent to it, they're not going to bother to comment. And some other person who might have been like really affected by my content, they'll comment, but they'll comment on the content, not on me, right? The people who dislike me for reasons of their own, not me, them, right? The people who dislike me well, they're going to comment and they're going to shit all over the comment section of my videos, right? And at first I was like hurt. I was like a fucking, Bambi, for crying out loud. It's kind of sad and pathetic to tell you. I'm like, why don't they like me? And of course I realized. I remember the lesson that I've learned very well, is that there's always a segment of people who dislike you, okay? Okay, so don't try to be friends with them. Then this is a mistake we make. I made this mistake for a number of years. I would guess, between the ages of, 13 and I want to say 25 or so, 25, maybe older. I really made an effort to be liked by the people who did not like me, who despised me, who wanted nothing to do with me. I tried my best, my darndest, to get along with these people, to be liked by them. I went out of my way. And inevitably, I'd be slapped down. They'd slap me down, or they'd toy with me or mock me. And every time I did it, I felt a little bit of my self-respect going out the window. It was like grating cheese. Every time I tried to do it, it was like a little bit more of the cheese had been grated away. A little bit more of my self-respect had been grated away. You know what I mean? And it was depressing. Sure, it was depressing until I finally, woke up. You know what I'm saying? When I finally realized that there was nothing for me to do, I would never fix this situation. Because, to reiterate, to insist on this issue, it's not me, it's them. They're the ones who don't like me for whatever reason, justified or not. In my own case, I'm pretty much of a smug and arrogant shithead. And that's a pretty good reason to despise somebody, right? But in your case, it could be something completely different. It could be completely fucking arbitrary. Man, they don't like the fucking color of your shoes, for crying out loud. And maybe that's the reason that they despise you. People dislike other people for a variety of reasons. Incomprehensible and arbitrary reasons. Completely capricious reasons. You yourself, right? How many times have you met somebody and you just instantly dislike them for whatever reason? You meet them and you're like, I don't like the guy. Or his palm is sweaty when I shake his hand, or he's got grease on his face, or his clothes are ugly, or whatever the fuck, and you dislike him. And what did the son of a bitch do to you? Did he do anything to you? No, he did not. He didn't do shit. You just decided that you didn't like him, and that was that, right? Right. See? So if it happens to you that you take an instant dislike to somebody, it's naturally going to happen the other way around, that somebody's going to instantly and quite naturally take a dislike to you that has nothing to do with what you have done. Now, why am I grinding on this issue? Okay? Because I want to make it clear that, see, you should never tailor who you are to be liked by others. It's a trap. I fell into that trap a few times in my life when I was quite young. Thankfully, when I was young. Okay, I fell into the trap of trying to be somebody I wasn't, so that I would be liked or more liked than I was. Right? Because I felt that there were too many people who disliked me, and so I tried to twist and change around. Okay, in order to have the people who disliked me like me, which was foolish because I was going against my nature. Now, notice. I am saying that I used to try to change myself so that the people who disliked me would like me. This is very different from adapting, okay? I don't want you to confuse the two, because it's very easy to confuse. Because a lot of times you're acting in ways that are wrong. You are acting in ways that antagonize other people. And what you have to do is take those ways that antagonize other people and minimize them or eliminate them altogether, okay? That's very different, see? Because one is an issue that you are naturally disliked by whomever for reasons that have nothing to do with you. And the other is that your actions, your behavior in any given situation is such that it antagonizes people. And that you do have to change. You do have to adapt. You do have to adapt and fix yourself and improve yourself. And so it's a very fine line. Okay, you who are watching me, okay, I want to make that very clear, okay? The difference between the two. Because if you act in ways that antagonize the people around you, and you never change because you say, oh, I'm not going to change for other people. If they don't like me, tough luck, fucking luck. Well, then you're going to suffer. You're going to suffer needlessly, right? I've talked about it in the video Adapt or Die. You can find it right here. Adapt or Suffer. That's the name of the video. Yeah, and with good point. Because if you don't adapt, you're going to suffer, okay? So I'm not talking about when your actions, your proactive actions, does that make any sense? Let's just say it does. Your proactive actions antagonize other people. That you have to guard against. And when you notice those behaviors, those actions and attitudes that you have that actively antagonize the people around you, you got to change, you got to adapt, or else you're going to suffer and you're not going to get what you want. That's the whole issue here. See, getting what you want. See, you want to get what you want, right? Of course you do. So you have to adapt in order to convince the people to help you get it. That's one thing, i.e., changing attitudes and behaviors that actively antagonize other people. But if there's a subset of people whom, no matter what you do, hate your guts, fucking ignore them. Don't bother with them and don't try to change. Figure out, just to know, why it is they despise you. If they can't really articulate it, if it's just because they hate you and they don't like you, tough fucking luck. If you're doing something that antagonizes people, stop doing it. Stop doing it and change that. But you see the difference, okay? I really want to emphasize this, and that's why I'm going on and on and on about it, okay? Because to reiterate the original point, you will never be liked by everybody. It is impossible for everyone to like you, okay? There will always be a segment of people who dislike you, not because of what you have done, but just because of them, of problems that they have. But that's different from acting in ways that antagonize those around you. Learn to spot the difference, understand the difference. To make it simple, see, one is something that you are doing that antagonizes people, and the other is you simply being that makes other people dislike you. You can't change just being, but you can change what you're doing. Hope this helps.